sitting Eli Manning is a drastic and dramatic decision for this franchise since he's not injured, since the entire team stinks, since the team's going nowhere. It's not like you could say, okay, we need to win games, we need a jolt. It's not like you can say, well, Eli, you're the problem on offense. The O-line stinks, the wide receivers are injured, the play calling's no good. So when you make this decision, you've got to treat this with kid gloves. And what you have to do is honor Eli in the moment. You do not make him answer questions at his locker. You don't make it cold and callous. You don't basically demote him to embarrass him and then make him explain it. Okay, that's the wrong way to do so. If you're going to do this and look at a younger quarterback and assess what you have a day with Eli Manning at a podium. Let's say it's yesterday. And there's John Mara, and there's Jerry Reese, and there's Ben McAdoo, and there's Eli Manning. And essentially the entire thing is an honoring of what Eli has meant to the team, and that this is not a demotion. This is the unfortunate reality. And so everybody has to be front and center. The owner, the GM, the coach have to say, this is why we made this decision. We didn't want to make this decision, but we truly appreciate what Eli's brought to the table, because Eli doesn't necessarily deserve more respect than another quarterback or somebody else in terms of not being able to relinquish his job. That's one thing. But how you do it, Eli has never criticized management. He's never criticized the head coach. He's never criticized his teammates. He's won 2 Super Bowls. He's been the ultimate professional. You don't simply throw him out there like he is Eli Apple, like he is Janoris Jenkins, like he's a guy that basically quit on the team and now you go explain it. So they botched this because they didn't stand front and center to explain this with Eli in a place where it feels like you are respecting him. Number 2, what is going on within that organization that A, John Mara thinks this is the right way to handle this, B, that they're asking Eli Manning to answer questions at his locker about this, and C, that the rest of the locker room isn't a morgue. I mean, you've got JPP and others whooping it up 10 feet away from Eli as his eyes are welling up, as the guy can't believe this is where his career has come from. Can you imagine if the New York Yankees eventually decided, Derek Jeter, you know what? You're being benched today. You're no longer starting, or you're moved to DH. What that clubhouse would be like? How the Yankees would have done that? Well, Eli Manning, while not winning as many championships as Derek Jeter and not being a slam dunk Hall of Famer like Derek Jeter, represents a lot of the things that Derek Jeter did to the New York Yankees for the New York Giants. You don't simply throw him out at the locker, make him explain what happened, and then have the rest of these numbskulls joking around him. What is going on inside that organization? I think John Mara has lost it. Jerry Reese has run and hid from his responsibilities. Ben McAdoo is a fire. He is a dumpster fire with dirty diapers inside the dumpster and tires surrounding it. It's just a disgusting way to handle all this. And let me go back to my original point. Sitting Eli Manning actually isn't the worst decision in the world. 2 or 3 weeks ago, Mraz and I were talking about this off the air, that with Davis Webb in the pipeline and a top 5 pick, you've got to figure out what you have in Davis Webb in some way, shape, or form. He was a 3rd-round pick last year. If Davis Webb comes in and you go, ooh, you know what? We got something here. Then you can trade out of that top 5 pick and collect a ton of picks. If he stinks, you go, you know what? We got to take Rosen or Darnold or whoever it is at the top 5 spot. Or Davis Webb looks good, you can try to trade him to get a pick back or 2 for a young quarterback that maybe somebody else wants. But the way that you do this is not going to Geno Smith.